The reason the West has not been able to make a mark in this area the way China has is because the West sees us through the lens of charity, as if it's doing an act of charity for these folks. And secondly, it cannot be done on the cheap. And so there is this sort of fitful, episodic way in which the West has tried to do development. We see, we've had the Blue Dot Network and the program for global infrastructure and investment. But if one needs to point out and ask just exactly what is that and what has it done, I mean, one throws one's arms up and says like, oh, not exactly sure. This is where China has really excelled. I think a US government report just came out very recently, which showed that this is not GDI, I'm talking of the Belt and Road, where the Belt and Road has plowed in $680 billion into development in the global south, while the contribution of the West and the US is in the range of between 75 to 100 billion. And they are wealthier countries. They can do that. They need to have this sort of patience and persistence to do it, but they don't do that. And that is the problem, because China, as other commentators have just expressed, does this out of a position of mutual respect, does this from a position of patience and persistence. It has been a hallmark of President Xi's government administration that this is the way development should be done. And that is the reason China has been able to translate global development into a commercial opportunity too, not just as an act of charity. Just like China sees the opportunity, the green transition, not just as a sacrifice, but as a commercial opportunity, it has made development also an opportunity. And this makes it easier to be committed for the long term and to do it on a mutually respectful basis. And that's why I think China has prospered in this space.